This segment brought to you by Kansas Corn. Learn more at kscorn.com.
I'm Terry Vinduska. I'm with the Kansas Corn Commission, a farm in Marion County in the central part of Kansas. The exciting part about the Checkoff is we take the perceptions from a local farmer, we implement them on both a statewide and a national basis, and also an international basis when we look at exports overseas. So it's exciting to take the message from back home and multiply that by tens of thousands of people, tens and thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars to work together on a national and an international basis for the good of the Kansas corn farmer. Well, the Kansas Corn Commission cannot lobby, but we partner with both National Corn Growers Association, which can lobby. Kansas Corn Growers obviously can work in Topeka. National Corn Growers work in D.C. The Corn Commission helps fund the U.S. Grains Council that works directly overseas to develop overseas markets. So the current concern about trade, we don't really know the direction things are going to go right now. We're optimistic. We know the importance of bilateral trade agreements. We know how important trade is to Kansas farmers, Kansas livestock producers. So it's very crucial that we always maintain those overseas markets. EPA for a lot of farmers is a four-letter word. You know, we're really very, very frustrated with some of the guidelines that are put forth by EPA. It looks to many of us that there's not a lot of common sense involved in some of those determinations. So we're sitting there dealing with rulings and restrictions that really challenge our ways of managing our farm and really limit us as to being the best managers that we possibly can be on our farm. So it's crucial that we provide good input, that the EPA considers sound science when they look at making some of those rules and regulations for us. Education is crucial. We need to educate our farmers, our producers for best management practices. We need to utilize everything efficiently and effectively. Education also goes to outside the boundaries of the U.S. I've had the great opportunity of hosting many trade groups from overseas, and just this last year I had a group of Mexican importers, and we were looking at some of our cornfields and some of our sorghum fields, and they asked me the question about GMOs. At this particular time we were standing in a grain sorghum field. Obviously grain sorghum is not GMO, and so they said, well, you know, isn't this much more healthy than a GMO-produced corn crop? And I said, well, the field you're standing in has been sprayed 3 times with a herbicide to control weeds. It's been sprayed twice with a poisonous, toxic insecticide to control 2 different insect pests that have been moving into our sorghum fields. So I said, which would you rather be a part of? Would you rather be a part of a grain that's been sprayed 5 times or a grain that's naturally resistant to insect pests and maybe been sprayed once or twice with a herbicide? Well, that brings to mind that, you know, the education factor. They don't ever stop and think about that. They don't stop and think about the negatives that can be involved with chemic control rather than genetic control. So it's an interesting opportunity. The Kansas Corn Growers, Kansas Corn Commission really are grassroots organizations. We're farmers. We deal with these challenges that farmers face every day, every minute of every day, and if we don't have farmer involvement, if we're not involved in making those decisions, then we're expecting someone else to do that for us. Then we sit around and we complain, but we have no one to blame but ourselves. So we have to be involved. We have to take a step out of our comfort zone for most of us and go out there and really work to help change things for the better. Otherwise, we have no excuse. We can't complain because we haven't done our part. So it's just really important for everyone to do their part on a local basis, on a national basis. Whatever works for you, just get out there and be a part of things to change for the better.
Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture, represents grassroots agriculture. The state's largest and most powerful farm organization stands up for its members through leadership development, agriculture education, legal defense, environmental advocacy, farm safety, and risk management. Members also enjoy money-saving benefits. To join our organization today or to learn more, go to www.kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.